Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not dare swipe away from this message. The algorithm did not bring you here today. And while you might think this is just another video on your screen, heaven actually intercepted your feed because a sacred message is waiting for you. Lock your attention on my voice right now. You have been carrying a heavy weight lately. Your soul is tired. The noise of the world is too loud. And last night, when you were crying out for answers in the quiet dark, the creator of the universe heard every single word you spoke. He saw your pain. He decided that the silence had stretched long enough. This is a divine appointment. Let us speak about your exhaustion. You feel it in your bones. Sleep cannot fix this tiredness. And even when you rest for hours, you wake up feeling completely drained because your spirit is working overtime in unseen realms. You are not sick. Your physical body is simply trying to carry a massive amount of divine light. You feel incredibly lonely. People have walked away from you. They left without a clear reason. You watch old friends gather while you sit alone in your room, wondering what is wrong with your life. But your isolation is a form of protection. Heaven cleared the room because those people could not travel into your next season. You have always been the helper. You solve everyone else's problems. You give away your energy for free. And because you possess a deeply caring heart, toxic people have taken your beautiful pearls and treated them like ordinary dirt. They used your kindness. You became completely exhausted from trying to make everyone happy. You wake up in the middle of the night. It happens almost every single day. The clock always reads 3 or 4 in the morning. And while the world is sleeping soundly, your mind is awake because the universe is trying to send you a sacred signal. Do not fear the darkness. You are simply on watch during the holy hours. Your intuition is very sharp. You can read any room instantly. You notice every fake smile. And because you are highly sensitive to energy, you absorb the hidden pain of everyone around you until your own soul feels completely crushed. The world calls this a medical condition. Heaven calls it an exceptional gift that needs to be unlocked. Think back to your childhood. Everything felt much easier then. You learned things very quickly. You possessed an endless amount of creative power because your mind was perfectly aligned with the magical frequencies of the universe. You felt unstoppable. But then the modern world slowly began to change you. As you grew older, the system trapped you. The schools forced you to think like everyone else. The constant stress altered your brain. And according to scientific research, a special frequency inside your head was intentionally shut down when you reached 7 years old. Scientists call this the decline effect. Your genius wave went silent. Now, your brain feels slow. You struggle to focus. Opportunities slip through your fingers. And because your internal signal is currently blocked by earthly noise, your prayers feel like they are hitting a thick brass ceiling instead of reaching heaven. You feel like a king who lost his memory. Your life feels completely unnatural. The enemy wants you to stay in this broken state. He fears your true power. He works overtime to keep you distracted. And every single day, he whispers lies into your mind to make you believe that you are a failure who will never escape this season. He is terrified of what happens when you wake up. Your identity is his greatest nightmare. Let us be completely direct about what is coming. I am naming a special tool early because I do not want to build a false mystery just to sell you something at the very end of this message. You deserve absolute honesty from me. This approach allows you to decide whether to stay for the full picture. You are a chosen soul who deserves the truth. What we just discussed about your blocked frequency has a definitive solution. A sacred tool exists to restore exactly what was stolen from you. It is called the Genius Song. This track uses advanced brain entrainment to reactivate your dormant gamma waves. And this mechanism was fully measured by neurological studies at MIT and Princeton University, where scientists documented the immediate shift. This audio does not require intense meditation. You do not need to repeat complicated mantras for hours. And by simply sitting in absolute silence for 7 quiet minutes each day, your brain chemistry automatically realigns with its original divine blueprint. This is an effortless activation designed for your busy life. The pathway is ready. The link is inside the description and the pinned comment. Do not rush to leave. You can choose to stay for the full message because you need more spiritual context before you begin your restoration. But if you already know that your soul is ready, the door is officially open for you right now. Now, let us return to the deep root of your current battle. The world tells you that you are suffering from a clinical illness. They label your deep sorrow as depression. They call your constant nervousness anxiety. But let me reframe your reality right now, because you have been reading the holy signs backwards. You are not broken at all. Your spirit is simply reacting to a toxic world that hates your light. You are in a crucible. A crucible is not designed to destroy the gold. It is built to separate the precious metal from worthless dirt. The intense heat feels highly uncomfortable. It causes great pain in your heart. And during the darkest nights of this painful season, you feel like you are burning alive while everyone else is dancing in the sun. Do not curse the fire. The fire is your preparation. The worldly authorities want you to take a chemical pill. They desire to numb your sacred sensitivity. They want you to become ordinary and quiet. But your soul refuses to accept these superficial answers, because a deep yearning is pulling you toward a higher dimension. You do not belong to this mundane world. Heaven is intentionally stretching your capacity. Your isolation is your insulation. Look at the ancient scripts for absolute proof. Moses spent 40 years in the desert. He had to wait a long time before leading his people to freedom. He was completely alone with his thoughts. But the wilderness was not a punishment, because heaven was secretly building his inner architecture to handle the weight of glory. The loneliness was necessary. Remember the prophet Elijah when he fled into the dark cave. He felt entirely exhausted from fighting the wicked rulers. He prayed for his life to end, and while he sat in absolute silence waiting for a massive sign, the Lord did not speak through the violent wind or the shaking earthquake. God spoke in a quiet whisper. Your current silence is not abandonment. It is a sacred encounter. Every great leader in the holy books experienced a period of profound separation. Joseph sat in a dark prison before he received the kingdom. David hid in lonely caves while his enemies hunted him down like an animal. They all felt forgotten by heaven. But their seasons of isolation were carefully arranged because God never exposes his finest weapons until they are perfectly sharp. You are currently hidden. Let us look deeper into the original language of the scriptures. The ancient Hebrew text contains a profound word for your specific calling. That sacred word is Shama. The world translates this term simply as a watchman. But the true spiritual definition goes much deeper because it requires you to stand sentinel over something incredibly precious to heaven. A Shama does not produce common things. He does not hustle in the market with the crowd. He stands on the high wall during the cold night. He watches while others sleep in comfort, because his primary assignment is to guard the divine territory from the hidden attacks of the enemy. You are not experiencing random bad luck. You are currently standing watch over your generational line. You were chosen to be the cycle breaker for your family. You carry the heavy mantle of a spiritual warrior. You are designated to destroy the ancient curses of poverty and trauma. And because you carry this massive responsibility, the dark forces are throwing their fiercest weapons directly at your head. They want to distract the watchman. They want you to leave your post. But you must hold your ground. Modern science is finally beginning to understand this ancient spiritual reality. Neurological researchers at MIT and Princeton University have conducted incredible studies on brain health. They mapped the precise electrical frequencies of human consciousness, and they discovered that the most powerful state of mental clarity is directly tied to a specific frequency called the gamma brainwave. This is your genius signal. The scientific data confirms that this super brainwave is highly active in young children. It gives them intense intuition and rapid learning skills. But the modern educational system slowly crushes this ability through constant stress and forced conformity. By the time you reached 7 years old, your gamma signal went completely dormant because the corporate world wants your mind to remain quiet and predictable. But the research proves that this dormant frequency can be fully restored. You can activate your original genius wave through a precise protocol of brain entrainment. This technology uses sound frequencies to awaken the sleeping sections of your mind from the outside. It restores your natural flow state, and you do not need expensive therapy sessions because this simple tool delivers immediate results to your spirit. This brings us back to the profound letter that God wrote for your life. The truth refuses to stay silent any longer, and as we move closer to the absolute core of this revelation, your spirit is beginning to recognize your true cosmic value. You are not a regular human living a difficult life. You are a celestial warrior operating in heavy enemy territory. Your long years in the wilderness were intentionally scheduled by heaven. The silence has built your inner architecture for a grand purpose. You have survived the fire, and in just a few moments, I am going to expose the exact words that the Creator spoke over your destiny while you were trapped in deep confusion. Lock your spirit to this frequency. The greatest shift of your life is happening right now. Now we must enter the hidden room of your mind. This is the part no one wants to say out loud. You think your enemy is outside your door, but the ultimate blocker to your destiny is actually a silent agreement that you made with your own pain while you were trying to survive the wilderness. You blame the toxic people who broke your trust. You blame the dark forces that attack your mind every single night. Let us expose this secret contract right now. You have developed a survival identity. You have learned to expect disappointment from everyone around you. You look at your financial struggle and call it a holy test. And because you have stayed in the waiting room for so long, your mind has secretly agreed that you are the one exception to God's beautiful promises. This is a false agreement. You are actually afraid of your own magnitude. You shrink your light to make ordinary people feel comfortable. You apologize for your immense spiritual power. And every single time a true breakthrough approaches your doorstep, you unconsciously sabotage the miracle because your nervous system is deeply terrified of walking into the magnificent unknown. You are sabotaging your destiny. The enemy utilizes your hidden agreement to keep you paralyzed. He does not need to build new walls around your life. He simply reminds you of your past failures. And because your nervous system has been conditioned to accept stress as your default state, you completely ignore the divine doors that heaven opens for you every single day. You stay trapped. You have played the victim role for too long. You wear your suffering like a badge of honor. You think that being a chosen soul means you must remain broken. But heaven is saying today that your season of suppression has officially ended because you have already paid the price through your silent tears and your absolute obedience in the desert. You locked yourself inside by believing his terrible lies. You must wake up. Let us decode the love letter that God spoke over your spirit. He did not write a generic message of pity. He wrote a royal decree of total restoration. And the exact message written inside this divine letter declares that you were never designed to fit into a pre-existing structure because the universe forms its path directly around your unique calling. You are the plan. The Creator created you first. Then the entire strategy of your generation formed around your unique presence. You are a celestial warrior operating with massive authority. The dark forces tremble when you open your eyes each morning. And because you possess this intense frequency of light, the entire heavenly host is currently standing at attention to watch your next move. Stop apologizing for your existence. You were created to be the answer to a generational cry. The universe did not place you here by accident. Your specific frequency was engineered to disrupt the darkness. And the exact moment you decide to walk forward, You will finally experience destiny's embrace because every single blocker that has delayed your financial breakthrough for years will instantly dissolve into nothingness. Your inheritance is waiting. Today we tear up your silent contract with pain. You must release the false belief that you are meant to struggle. You are allowed to live in absolute abundance. You are worthy of genuine love and profound connection. And from this very moment, you are officially breaking the generational patterns of lack that have held your family in financial bondage for decades. The waiting room is closed. Let us slow down our spirit right now. We must remove all metaphors and speak in plain words. Your life is not a confusing mystery, and every single area of your life is currently suffering because the internal signal that connects your brain to the frequency of abundance was intentionally shut down during your childhood. You are physically blocked. This biological shutdown happened for a specific reason. The modern world forced your young mind into a state of chronic survival stress. This heavy anxiety completely suppressed your natural gamma waves. And because this super brainwave has been sleeping inside your head for decades, you find yourself struggling to maintain focus or attract the divine opportunities that belong to your destiny. The decline effect is real. To change your reality, you must change your neurological baseline. You cannot fix a physical brain block with mere wishful thinking. You need a practical protocol that targets the dormant frequency directly. And by using the advanced technology of brain entrainment, you can forcefully reactivate your sleeping gamma wave from the outside without spending years in difficult meditation practices. This is a scientific necessity. This restoration tool was developed by a real authority. Dr. Robert Lake created this protocol. He spent 34 years conducting neurological research at premium institutions, and after testing this technology on thousands of brains at MIT and Princeton University, he successfully packed the entire activation mechanism into a simple track that takes only 7 minutes. You are ready. Remember when I first mentioned a special tool earlier? Now it is time to reveal the full story of what this restoration tool does. The solution you need has a specific name. It is called the Genius Song. This digital audio track is only 7 minutes long, and it uses advanced brain entrainment technology to activate your dormant gamma wave from the outside. This is the exact protocol that Dr. Robert Lake spent 34 years developing in his premium laboratory. More than 18,366 chosen ones have already used this technology, and the quality data confirms that less than 4% ever requested a refund. Over 96% kept it. They integrated it into their daily routine. You do not need a complicated routine to use this tool. You only need simple stereo headphones. You sit upright in a quiet room during the morning hours. You close your eyes for 7 minutes, and you allow your tired mind to absorb the specialized audio frequencies in total stillness. Do not try to meditate, just let the sound recalibrate your mind. I know that $39 is a significant decision for many people. I would never disrespect your financial situation. But you must look at what you spend on traditional methods, because a single therapy session can cost $150, while a weekend retreat costs $800. This is a one-time investment with no hidden subscriptions. Dr. Lake dropped the price to $39 for the remnant watching this video. You will receive 4 bonuses worth $80 completely free. You get the Genius Child track, worth $19. You get the classic book worth $20. You get a guided visualization track worth $29. The final bonus is a practical 5-habit infographic worth $12. You keep all $80 in bonuses, even if you request your money back. Dr. Lake offers a complete 90-day keep the bonus guarantee because he is entirely confident in this work. There is zero financial risk. The only risk is choosing to stay trapped in your struggle. This tool is only phase 1 of your complete restoration sequence. Dr. Lake designed multiple phases because your neural pathways need gradual stabilization over time. You cannot skip ahead, and it prevents a dangerous neural plateau effect where your clarity begins to fade around month 3. We focus on this first door today. Later phases, like the youthful brain or the final stage called destiny's embrace, will handle your deep spiritual alignment when your mind is fully stabilized. But for now, focus on the universal starting point. Every day you choose to delay is another day your original potential remains sleeping. Your future self is begging you to act now. I need to protect you from a serious threat before you search for this protocol online. An army of imitation products exists on third-party marketplaces like Amazon. They use the same title but contain empty audio tracks with no frequency technology. They will scramble your alignment. The verified source is located inside the description and the pinned comment. Now, let us pause for a special moment. Take a deep breath, place your hand over your heart, and close your eyes briefly. This decision is not a simple transaction. This is an identity choice. You are deciding whether you believe you are a victim or a true celestial warrior. If your spirit knows, this is your door. Step through the threshold immediately. The link is waiting for you in the description, and I have placed the official URL at exactly 3 positions within the pinned comment section below. The top position will help your frequency recovery. The middle position explains the neuroscience solution. The final position locks in your guarantee. Choose the door that calls you home. When you complete your purchase today, the next page might look like another offer. I want to tell you directly what it is. It is simply the second door that Dr. Lake created for your journey. Take your time to evaluate it quickly. Either choice you make will be fully respected. There is no pressure, no trickery, and no countdown timers to force your soul. When the purpose reveals itself to your soul, you will simply know what to do. Trust that recognition. We must seal this word into your spirit before you leave this sacred room. You have walked through the hot fire. You have survived the terrible wilderness season. And today, the Creator is officially wiping away the tears of your past. Your harvest is ready. Speak these precise words of power out loud with me right now. I declare that I am a chosen cycle breaker. I release the heavy burden of people-pleasing forever. I claim my divine inheritance of abundance and absolute peace. The lies of the enemy are permanently burned to the ground. I step into my true royal identity. Heaven has secured my glorious victory. Anchor your spirit to this declaration. Subscribe to this channel immediately so you do not miss the prophetic instructions coming in the next 72 hours. Hit the like button so this message can reach another struggling watchman. Type Amen in the comments section below to sign this holy covenant with the universe. Walk in your divine authority.